Ramadan.TV.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Ramadhan.TV. My name is Mo, and I'm one of the three hosts that will be presenting today. Today we will be talking about different aspects of Ramadan. We will be splitting the show, live show, in 15 minutes class, but we will have a 5-minute break in between. First of all, we will be talking about the effects of fasting. We will be talking about how it has an effect on you and your body physically. We will talk about the positive factors and the negative factors as well. We will also be talking about helping others, and the benefits of helping others as well. That's soul and religious too. We'll also be talking about adventures of Umrah in Ramadan, and we would also like people to send photos, to read the photos, so you can send that to us in our WhatsApp, which is 0747 37 49461. Also, don't forget to add us on what we call at Ramadhan.TV. That's with an H. Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, so share the message around. And that's it. So we'll be heading over to our sisters who will be talking about the effects of fasting in Ramadan.
Assalamu alaikum. Jahanara, and I am one of the presenters on Ramadan.TV. I'd like to introduce you to my sister.
Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Kareem. My name is EP2 and today we would like to share the effects of Ramadan on the body and what's happening with the effects of Ramadan.
Let's have a look. We've got some really useful information that we managed to print out. It's the article that we will be discussing with you. It's by Mr. Tom McGregor, and you can actually access his site, and you can information that we do give you. It's not facts from ourselves, they're actually professional advice. Let's talk about the first day 1 to 2, how it affects our body and mind.
Yes, day 1, as everybody would know, it actually affects, it makes you dizzy, you get a lot of headaches, and that's because the glycogen level, people don't know a lot of things, they just think you're getting dizzy, but there is actually a scientific fact behind that. Your glycogen levels pull your muscles, and because you're dehydrated and you haven't eaten and you haven't drunk a lot of coffee like we usually do in the morning.
I think I can vouch for that. I think on the first day I'm so nauseous, I feel really lethargic, I feel really tired, exhausted. One of the things that I do and what I try and do before Ramadan is, at least a month before Ramadan, I try and prepare myself emotionally, mentally and physically to actually get my body and my mind prepared for Ramadan. And what I do is I drink a lot of coffee, and I love my sugar. So what I've started to do, but just before this Ramadan, a month before, I reduced my sugar intakes. I also reduced my coffee intakes as well, so that way, slowly, I was getting my body used to not consuming so many sugars or so many drinks. Also, in regards to my portion size, I'm not going to lie to you, I love my food, and they're not small portions, they're man portions that I eat. So I reduced the intake of the portions of food, and I found that when I did that over the month, it kind of helped me, rather than just going full blown into Ramadan and suddenly my body kind of going into that shock system. That's my personal experience. Do tell us what you do. Do you prepare like myself just before Ramadan? I do. How about yourself? Do you prepare yourself?
I thought about preparing myself 6 months in advance.
Alhamdulillah.
But I haven't.
You haven't?
Yeah, I haven't, no.
Maybe that's something that, you know, we all can, think about doing.
Definitely, because, and some people also feel pain during day 10 and day 7, and that's because your body is repairing yourself. If you're a junk food addict like some of us,
yes, I'm guilty of that.
Your body gets into a natural healing mode, and it just heals itself, and your white blood cells your intestines and everything just heals, alhamdulillah.
Yes, subhanAllah. I think when it gets to day 3 to day 8, when it gets to day 8 to day 15, your body kind of gets used to it, and you do feel a little bit energetic. Your concentration level is a lot clearer, because I know myself that, and then when it gets to the 8th or 15th fast, my mind's a little bit more clear. I'm a little bit more focused. I can concentrate a little bit more. That's probably because the body's kind of getting used to it. And like I said, what Mr. Tom McGregor, he kind of states in one of his articles is that the body's natural healing ability, it starts to compromise, and during fasting, the body's healing process is it's working. And also the pain in the body is completing healing process, and the muscles are kind of regaining itself again. So your body's kind of getting used to intoxication period. The last stage is day 16 to day 30, which we all know, alhamdulillah, the body is completely adapted to the fast. There's more energy, there's more clarity in your mind. The cleansing period, it gets better. Also, after day 20, mind affected more clearly. Subhanallah, there's so much benefits in fasting. Not only is it Islamically, not only is it spiritually, I think mentally, physically, health-wise, there's so much benefits, and alhamdulillah, we're blessed to be a part of having that experience at least once a year. I think one of the beauty of the month of Ramadan, like I say, is it's obligatory upon everybody, rich, poor, and it kind of unites us. Obviously, if you've got health concerns and you can't fast, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala advises you not to, because one of the things that we have to do is make sure that our health is, we prioritize our health. But the beauty of fasting is it doesn't single anybody out. Whether you're poor, you can be the king, you can be the queen, whoever, is still obligatory upon you. And yet again, Islam and Ramadan, it unites us.
That was actually some very good insight of how Ramadan affects your body. Thank you very much for that, sisters and my auntie. But yeah, we will be going for a 5-minute break now. But just to remind you, please do install our app. It's called Ramadhan.TV. That's with an H. And also send us pictures and everything on WhatsApp 0747 3749 461. Inshallah, we'll be seeing you in 5 minutes. Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to Ramadan TV. Now, moving on to the next topic, we will be talking about helping others. We will be talking about why is it good to help others, what the benefits of helping others. You know, we want you, the viewers, to send in pictures of helping others. I know a lot of people want to stay humble about it, but it's something nice to show people that, you know, there are people actually out there that do help other people. The best way you can send it through is either on WhatsApp, which you can text us on, which is 0747 3749 461, or you can message us on Facebook, Instagram, or on Twitter. Remember, it's Ramadan with an H. Thank you.
So helping others is our next topic, and subhanallah, there's so much we can do as a ummah and as a person. Alhamdulillah, I've had the job that I work in. I work as a community family support worker, and one of the beauty is that I work in a job where I can make changes and positive changes in people's lives. To get paid for it, that itself is an extra bonus, but to actually make positive changes in someone's life, that itself gives me job satisfaction, and it gives me that reassurance that I've made changes. Have you had any experiences, sisters?
I have, and I'm a community leader as well. And the thing is, when you are used to helping others, your life just changes. You get so satisfied when you come back home, knowing that you have impacted on somebody's life. And it has happened to me, and so on so many occasions, I've even neglected my own life just to take that extra step, do something about it. And there's a beautiful article here. What does it say, Janara?
Is it the one that which was actually shared on Facebook by Dylan Hubbard?
Yes.
SubhanAllah, when I actually saw that, it really touched me and made me emotional. It's probably because it's Ramadan as well, and I'm feeling a bit sensitive and emotional. But it's so beautiful to see a photo where a man was coming out of Asda, and the man approaches this woman asking if she needs help with carrying her bags. He then carried the bags all the way to the bus stop and found what bus she needed to get onto. Just something so positive, and I think sometimes seeing something that's so positive, it does kind of like, it's like a highlight of your day.
The simplest gesture does count.
It's amazing, you know, in our day-to-day life, we meet so many different people, and I always say to my children, every story tells a story, every eye tells a story, and sometimes something so small that you can do can make such a big, massive, have such a massive impact on somebody's life. Sometimes even a smile. You know, you don't know when I've left home or when X, Y, and Z has left home, what they've been through, what they've encountered. But just saying good morning or hello or or even smiling, that itself can have a massive impact on somebody. It doesn't necessarily mean, we only go and help Muslim people. It means help anybody. Like I said, when it comes to help and having good adab, having good characteristics, it's about setting examples, isn't it? Setting examples for ourselves and for the younger generation.
And it says a lot about your upbringing. If you go out of your way and you help people, because I've seen my mom and my dad, how they used to do stuff, and with the little things, and you know, taking care of the neighbors, taking care of people, friends and family, and your relatives, especially when everybody says charity starts at home.
Definitely.
So you need to take care of your neighbors, and if you see, because every time you're out, you will see someone who really needs that help, and it might not be a lot that you were doing, like carrying shopping. It's an amazing gesture, and it's the simplest things that make a difference.
The beauty is du'as. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, du'as, you know, money comes and goes, but du'as, it gets you a long way, and we don't know whose du'as will be answered. And when it comes from the heart, you don't know whose du'as will be answered. And sometimes it's just that little one thing that we do in our day-to-day life that we can make positive changes in somebody's life. And it's something that we all need to highlight to our children, to the youngsters, to the youths, and try to make it an everyday thing, not a once a week thing, not a Ramadan thing, but it should be a part of your character. That's when characteristics comes in. That's where the key foundation of how the foundation is at home. Myself, yet once again, I speak about my children, and I try and represent my children by sharing these experiences, leading by examples, and also coming back and saying to them that today mummy or amma saw X, Y, and Z, and they didn't have this, you've got this, appreciate it. And I think this is what we need to, as parents, as moms, dads, brothers, sisters, we really need to have these conversations with the younger generation to kind of set examples. Yeah. But it's subhanAllah, it's beautiful, it's just amazing. Like, for example, you've got the Muslims who distribute free brownies in London to spread love. And and it was beautiful when I saw it, how they were just going around making handmade brownies and actually giving it out to everybody. And that, mashallah, she was inspired, the person who actually did that, she was inspired by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who said, exchange gifts, it will increase your love for one another. And that's actually a Bukhari. And one of the terms they use gifts is hadiyah. Hadiyah is something, the Prophet ﷺ said, don't wait for it to be a birthday, don't wait for it to be Eid, don't wait for it to be Ramadan, do it spontaneously. Because example for myself, when somebody gives me something, even if it's a cupcake, and say, here you go, Janelle, that's for you, honest to God, it makes me so happy. Not because it's a cupcake, and I know that I'm talking about food once again, but it just gives that sense of warmth that, oh, that's so nice that they've given
somebody
that.
thought about you.
And sometimes it's nice to do it and doing it spontaneously, not waiting for an occasion.
Yeah. I just want to say, the lady who did this in London, her name is Lisa Aslam.
Yeah.
Lisa, we really appreciate you, and I hope you're watching Ramadan TV. We are live every Thursday and Sunday, and you can catch us on our website, and you can also download us on all the social media.
And once again, I'm reaching out to the viewers that please do send us pictures via WhatsApp 0747 3749 461, also like via Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Let's share the love. It is the month of Ramadan, and believe it or not, giving present is an act of charity as well.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be something very expensive.
Yeah.
It can be something that you own.
A hug.
A hug.
I'll take a hug.
Yeah,
any
exactly.
day. Yes.
So I'd like to see more pictures, brothers and sisters. Please do send it in. And like I said, when I do see the pictures, it does make me happy and it does get me emotional.
Yeah.
But they're all happy tears, they are.
Well, mashallah, I mean, it just goes to show that the art can be good for that day. Just like how we portray some of us, it shows that the art really good and very fantastic. I mean,
Ramadan.
so we've already spoken about 2 topics. Now we're on to our 3rd topic. We will be talking about the virtues of Umrah in Ramadan. Now, I want to be a part of this conversation because it does include a player that's from my favourite team, Manchester United. It talks about poor. So I will be going with the sisters and talking about the virtues of Umrah. Assalamu alaikum, sisters.
What's happening in Manchester United fields?
Well, from what I can see, it looks like Paul Pogba, who is the richest, the most expensive player to be bought, travelled to Mecca to do Umrah, the lesser pilgrimage, mashallah, which is a very good thing to do. The French footballer made a trip at the end of the Premier League season, so after he played all his matches, obviously we won the Europa as well, so good on that.
15 million followers after he
posted, yeah, he's got 50 million followers on his Instagram, yeah.
I think the beauty of the gown that he's got on is called ihram. It's a simple set of clothing which consists 2 unstitched sheets. The beauty of it is the ihram demonstrates that we're all equal before God, and no matter how rich or poor we are, we're dressed.
Yeah, definitely.
And it kind of unites us, and it's so beautiful to see somebody who, mashallah, is so well known in the public, and he's actually gone and performed Umrah, and he's so proud of it as well.
Yeah,
and to see that somebody who is so popular, so famous, that he's got his he's posted it, and it's beautiful, mashallah. One of the greatest virtues of performing Umrah in Ramadan, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Umrah, a minor pilgrimage in Ramadan, is akin to perform Hajj with me in terms of reward, and that also is Bukhari. May Allah guide him and guide us all. Has any of you brothers and sisters been to Umrah?
Unfortunately, I haven't, but one day, inshallah, definitely.
But you know, when I see people leaving where they live and go Umrah, I used to think they're escaping the time, the longer hours of fasting.
Oh yes.
But I didn't know when I was younger the virtues of performing Umrah, which is like you mentioned, it's like equivalent to doing Hajj with the Prophet.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's really an eye-opening thing. So many Muslims perform Umrah, and you can watch it on the TV when they're performing them.
I think the beautiful thing is the whole, like when I see it on TV, inshallah, I make dua. Please do make dua for me, everybody. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala invites me to visit Mecca. the beauty of it is when I saw the Spanish Muslim walks 9,000 kilometers to perform Umrah, and that itself was actually put on one of the social websites. It said a Muslim Spaniard has reportedly walked more than 9,000 kilometers to perform Umrah after setting off from Paris 5.5 months ago. SubhanAllah. According to Kuwait newspaper, Al-Rai Ishaq intended to travel from France to Mecca on foot. He budgeted €1,000, just €10 a day for the trip, and refused to take money from the people on the way. Ishaq also encountered difficulties during the conditions. In one occasion, he experienced numbness in his hands and feet due to the cold.
Yes, and you would, wouldn't you, walking in the conditions that he walked. But mashallah, there's so many people who cannot afford just to go to the house of Allah, you know, Baytullah, and just imagine
what he had to encounter to actually reach his goal.
Exactly. It just goes to show that, you know, if you have a strong mentality and if you just put your mind to something, you can actually achieve it. I mean, like, don't let anybody put you down. I know, like, the media portrays Muslims as, you know, of being, you know, part of, you know, hateful crime or anything and stuff like that. But don't believe into that kind of stuff, because, you know yourself it's not true. I mean, for example, look at Paul Pogba, right? He can have so much to lose, right? I mean, he can have publicity to lose, but you know what? He's a very proud Muslim, and something like that makes us feel good as well, because it just shows that, you know what, if they can do it, why can't we do it? So keep your heads up high and make sure you keep smiling, because just be a proud Muslim. That's all we ask for.
Also, 2 men who cycled, one from China and one from Russia.
Yeah.
Imagine cycling from Russia to Saudi Arabia, subhanAllah.
It's a lot of cardio for a day, yeah. So
I'll just die in the middle of it. The dedication that they show, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give this privilege to all Muslims, whether you're poor, whether you're, because I don't know if it's a real hadith, or I don't know if you guys have heard, like, you have to have the call from Allah to come to Him.
I strongly believe that.
Definitely, yeah.
7 years ago, I was due to fly out to Mecca to perform my Hajj. Unfortunately, my passport got lost, and I wasn't able to go. After that, my mom, my brothers, my sisters, everybody has been, but I haven't. But the way I see it, I haven't been called, but inshallah, with everyone's du'as, I hope to go.
May we all receive the invitation that we all want.
Inshallah. Definitely. Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to TV. Now, if you just joined our live stream, this is we're literally almost finished. We will be talking about food, so the best part. Last week when we did our first show, which was on a Sunday, my auntie told everyone to WhatsApp in pictures of food, of what they have for iftari. Now, this is not a good idea for me. Up drooling if I look at the pictures, so the safer option is to hand it over to my auntie, health and safety reasons. So I'll hand it over to my auntie and sister Ayan. Thank you.
Now that's your favorite topic, isn't it?
Exactly. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Last week when I actually did the show, I did ask the viewers to send pictures of some of the food that they prepared during the month of Ramadan, and also like see the different ethical food. SubhanAllah, the response we got was amazing. We received pictures and photos, and as you can see, I'm kind of like dribbling a little bit, so you got to excuse that. Some of the pictures that they were sent from different places. We had some from like China. We also had some from London. We had some from Leicester. We had some brothers and sisters send it from I think the Somali community, because we talked a lot about the Somalian food. So hopefully, inshallah, I'm going to show you some of the pictures that have been sent. I'll talk my way through. And also, I've got some ingredients as well, and I like to share some pictures with you, some ingredients with you myself. So, the first picture that one of the sisters that sent was, it was a lovely, it was like a prawn dish, and it had like a lot of like red onions. Let's have a look. Let me go back to it. Yes, that's the one. That's the one that really stood out to me. Look at the colours in that. It had prawns, it had onions, it had green vegetables, and it had like cheese toppings. And then it was something else that which stood out. It was like a little pastry, and it had fillings, chicken fillings. It was beautifully done, and it was handmade as well. The sister who actually sent that, she actually made the pastry handmade. Another traditional dish one of the sisters sent was fish. That looked absolutely delicious. It's one of my favourite.
Is that from Bangladesh?
Yes, it was actually. It was from Bangladesh. One of the ones that really stood out to me is the prawn dish, because I absolutely love seafood. She actually sent me the ingredients. If anybody does want the ingredients after seeing the photos, please do WhatsApp us or email us or Facebook us. The another one, which was a Bengali traditional, we say uri and mas in Bengali. What do you say, Ayan? Like, what do you say to fish and red beans?
Malai. It's red beans?
Not red beans, sorry, green beans.
Green beans. It's malai, beans agaran.
Yeah, and that looks so appetizing. That's another ingredient that was sent as well. Another one, which was, I think was a chicken and mushroom with red peppers. The one that which I love, which looked really refreshing, is the chickpea salad. I love chickpeas. It's really, really high in protein. And the spinach is also good as well, high in vegetables, and it's got a lot of energy. And there's another one, which I think is made with breadcrumbs, and it had salmon in there, the sister said. Salmon and some cheese in there. I'm going to try that, because I never would think that you can combine salmon and cheese, but that's something that I'm going to try, inshallah, this weekend for the children, because they absolutely love cheese. Samosas, this was a different filling that the sister actually sent, and it was actually made with cheese and tomato. Has anybody ever made cheese and tomato samosas?
But I thought if you put tomatoes in there, the samosas would go soggy.
No, apparently these were made with parathas, and they didn't fry it, they actually baked it.
Oh, right,
okay.
Then that way,
I'm going to try that one. And then there's another one, as you can see, the cheese is just kind of like hanging, if you can see. It's beautiful. I want to try that one.
And it's quite healthy as well. You don't have to fry it. You can actually oven bake it. I'm looking forward to that one. Tell you what time is it starting? Because I'm getting really hungry now. This is another one which I really liked as well. And it's more of a liquid dish, curry dish, and it's got so many colours in it. I can see like red tomatoes, coriander, and I can see the green chilies. The pasta one, the sister who actually sent the pasta one, I'm not such a pasta fan actually, but after receiving the recipe and how you actually cooked it, it was actually made with not real meat, it was actually made with corn meat. So viewers who don't really eat meat and they're vegetarians or for health reasons are not allowed to, you can actually make that with corn meat. And another Bengali traditional dish, I don't know if everybody else has that, which you can add egg to it, and we call it enda. I think I call it enda chicken. I don't know what you call it, but I call it enda chicken. I love that. I just end up eating all the eggs I do. But one of the sisters actually sent the samosas that she hadn't actually fried, but she's actually made it, and she actually stored it for the next like 20 plus days of Ramadan. So saves her from doing it freshly. She put it away every day. She don't fry it freshly. Yeah. One of the sisters, she actually said that some of them she actually distributed to her neighbours, and she fried it, and she actually got positive feedback from them, and they actually asked her if she could make them for her.
You can deep freeze it for days, and then later on just defrost it, and then it's going to be fresh.
But it's unbelievable, like the response that I actually got from the viewers, like in WhatsApp, it was going crazy, literally, because of it being sent from different countries. I had to look at the whole like 3 at 4 o'clock in the morning because of the timings. But once again, fantastic. Thank you so much. It just shows that you did actually listen to me and you did actually send what I actually requested.
And we do appreciate, because this is an interactive channel as well, we do really appreciate if you contact
And if any of the sisters do want any ingredients, please WhatsApp us and we'll try and get in contact with the viewers and get the ingredients for you, okay?
loving.
Sharing is caring, especially when it comes to food.
Honestly, if my mic was just a bit lower, you'll be able to hear my belly growl. Like, I am so hungry right now, it's unbelievable. Just like the sister said, please do send in the 100, 1,000, we love seeing them all. We like to see the different variety, the different diversity that's going on. And, you know, it's just nice to see, like, what people are having. You know, we like to see what the difference is, like, what someone else is having, like, different to us. So we might, you never know, we might just try it ourselves. So please just WhatsApp it to us on 0747 3749461. We also on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can install our app as well, which is an Apple. Also, it just doesn't have to be a food. It can send pictures of you helping others, which obviously that's what was mainly about today as well. Send us pictures of, you know, what you did to help. I mean, when I say help, you can just literally just stand up on the bus and that's all I'm talking about. Helping your mother, helping your father, sister, brother, auntie, neighbor. You know what? As long as you're helping the most. But thank you. We'll be back, inshallah.
Ramadan.